Hello Capricorn, how you doing? Welcome to your energy tarot reading going from the 11th to the 17th of November. How you doing? Hope you're all doing absolutely fantastic, as I know Capricorns will be at the moment. The energies for Capricorn have been beautifully blinding, really, at the moment. We will be doing a Zoom Room Energy Tarot 2025 reading where we can have a private meeting between a group of us where we'll be doing the 2025 reading for Capricorn. And you will be able to ask a question, and there will be a free card pull on that, as also just going into a little bit more sort of detail on your question. You can be part of that Zoom room if you so desire. The link will be coming out Friday. So from Saturday morning UK time, you will have the link on this video here. So you can book up. It's the first come. There's not loads of places, just so we can get some quality time with some people rather than sort of quantity, as it were. First come, first serve sort of basis. The link will be in the description at some point. Okay, have you seen the energy update? Energy is changing, and they're changing in the favor, I think, of Capricorn, in the favor of Earth signs. But at the same time, there's a little shot out the side, as it were, and we'll be going into that a little bit later on and seeing how that affects your flower, seeing how that affects the elements within your flower, and putting a few cards on those energies that are coming into life at the moment. But in the meantime, let's get on with your reading. So here's the Astroflower for you. Here's the overall energies. I hope you have a lovely reading. Let's just see what's going on for you this week here. It's like it's like the water, the emotions of life are filling up in you, and it's getting to a point where it's breaching one side here, and it's starting to really overflow into life. I think we're coming to the moment where we have in Capricorn over the past 15, 20 years, where we've had Pluto, and I don't know. I did a reading with Jolie this week, who's a Capricorn, and hello Jolie, lovely to see you. That she got it totally, and that feeling, I think everybody's feeling it. I think certainly Capricorns, we're certainly feeling that change that's coming in, and it almost feels as if like it's not that it's too good to be true, but the universe is sort of saying, are you really ready? Are you really ready? And it's sort of going over in steps. It's gradually boiling over or passing over the emotions into the world around you. On your financial side, you've got your eye on the prize. It seems like you in the last 2 months before our birthdays, it's the moment which I call autumn. It's the moment where we look at what's been going on over the past year, what we want to continue, what we don't want to continue, what we want to start new in our life, and what experiences we want to have, emotional experiences, physical experiences. And it's almost as if like you've been working for this moment all your life, and you feel within you, and it may not necessarily be here yet, but you certainly feel it within you that this is what I should be doing. And I think you're pushing towards that side there to give real clarity on that direction that you should be taking in your financial world. I think you know it. It's almost as like, how do I go about it? I know I want to do this. How do I go about it? And I think this is what you're bringing into your very near future. 5 of Swords. There could be a bit of an internal conflict here. And I was getting this sort of like, you know, when the universe on the relationship side, it sort of said, "Are you ready, Capricorn? Are you ready?" And I think this is it's almost as if like kind of like, oh no, Pluto still hasn't left, but it has really, and these are going to be minor irritants that I think within you, I think something that is giving you a great understanding this week here, not only within your relationship side, but also on your financial side. But it's the understanding that it's bringing you is this idea of it's finished this internal conflict. It's finished this idea of kind of going, well, you know, it's working now, but it's going to come to an end at some point. The fatalist idea of things. This is a case of you, I think, Capricorns this week here, we might be put under a little bit of pressure to sort of kind of going, oh, it's not going to work, but it is going to work. And I think it's learning about that internal conversation within you to sort of getting used to not having Pluto in your sign. That's what it's all about. And it's creating that internal conflict, because sometimes we can get used to it not working out exactly how we wanted it to work out. And I might have said this last week, and it's getting used to that idea, getting that used to that idea within you. So let's just see what's going on your relationship side. There's a karmic path here that's sort of like playing out. It's going outwards, but it's not just going out for sort of like meeting people and so forth. There's an idea of actually, I've been wanting this house, or I've got to deal with this house, and I want to set up my home, as it were. And that home could even be, like a massive RV. You might be traveling around in your home, but you want to set up a situation that is what you've envisioned for some time in regards to your relationship side. So there is a definite physical aspect to the socializing or getting things done, and engaging with the relationships that are around you. On your connection to the universe, I think the universe is almost sort of like, it's really got your back here and sort of saying, okay, we're going to go for quality rather than quantity here. And I think this is what you can build upon. You can build upon quality relationships with people you know, people you like, people you're involved with romantically and etc. in a very physical way. It becomes concrete in a very physical way because there's a real decent respect between you and that other person. And they may not be, you may not even be able to count them on one hand. But at the end of the day, they are, the people who are important to you in your life. And, it's turning it into reality, I think, is really is what is on the cards for you this week here in regards to relationships and so forth. You've got the past that's playing into your future. It really does want to move on. Get things, keep that energy sort of like flowing through the creative energy that you've had over the past sort of like month, 2 months maybe. And in your future self, I get like a Jack and a Beanstalk scenario. It's like you've planted this seed ages ago that you may have even forgotten about. You planted this idea a long, long time ago. You walked off, you started doing other things, you got involved with loads of other things. And now all of a sudden, you're in a situation where it's really coming back. And it's almost like a knight in shining armor. It could well be a person, but I get more of a situation where your situation is so changing for you in the physical sort of sense of what you're doing or what you enjoy, the activities that you do. There might be an activity that you haven't done for a long time that comes back on, that just opens up a whole new world to you that you knew already, but it's now here. It's physically here in front of you. And what's the decisions and the lessons out of this week here? It's like you're driving into a corner. Sometimes we've all done it at some point. You get a little bit too fast maybe, and you kind of go, ooh, yeah. And you're taking your foot off the gas, you're holding that sort of bend, and you're kind of going, well, I'm not accelerating, and I'm just pushing a little bit the limit, but it's staying there, and I'm going to hold it. And it's like, sometimes life can be a bit of a white knuckle ride, do you know what I mean? And I think you need to hold it. I think you need to hold your optimism. Hold your optimism. Don't allow it to sort of bite into you, okay? On your karmic path, 4 of Wands. You could be worried about a relationship that you're in, and it's causing you a bit of internal conflict. Could be a family relationship, it could be a friend relationship, it could be a partner relationship, a new partner. But on your karmic path, you get the marriage card. This is of your plan coming together with another plan. And that's exactly what I said. There's something that needs to be very concrete in your life, and that plays into that Jack and the Beanstalk, that beanstalk that's in your future, that's really playing to your karmic path. A whole new paradigm for you to go into. as you go forward. Let's just see. It's for your connection to the universe. Good quality connection. That's what I said about the connection from the universe. 3 of Pentacles. Activities, physical activities. It's acts of love rather than words of love for you at the moment. I think you're getting into that. You expect the same from the world around you because you're putting in, a lot of time, effort, and things like that into good quality relationships, and that's what you should be sort of like. You're going to naturally get that back. It's going to be a really beautiful exchange. Where's the past going in? You got the Justice. Justice card in the past. There's something it's decided within you. That internal conflict is coming to an end. That doubt that you might have had during that Pluto last 15 years of coming to an end, and you're finding this absolute balance within your life, and it's already there, and it's now pushing the future. This beanstalk. What is this beanstalk of love? Look at that. You get the 8 of Wands. This is great communication. This gives you a focal point. This gives you real insight into life. It gives you a real driving force of your passionate energy within your life that you're really pushing enormously as you go forward. It opens. There's a lot of communication. I think it's tied into that. It's a lot of getting things done, converting ideas into reality. It gives you, there's a real focal point anyway. It takes you onto a great sort of understanding. Lessons out of this week. 10 of Swords. This is what I'm saying about the energy at the moment. I think with Capricorn, it's almost as kind of going, it's opened up the doorway and we're going through it, and life is getting like kind of going, oh wow, this is great. When's it going to come to an end? Oh, it's not coming to an end. Is it coming to an end? No, it's not. I don't know. It's Pluto. Oh, Pluto, here comes Pluto. It's coming to an end. And it's like the energy is almost like, sort of like, just standing, just leaning out there. Energy's not blocking your path, and world's not blocking your path. And the energy's sort of leaning out there. It's almost as if like you're taking that corner really tightly, and you see another car coming the other side. It's not going to come over to your side of the road, so there's no accident that's going to happen. But you can stay tight to to the inner curve. And this is, it's getting rid of and learning to get rid of, things that are dead, done and dusted with you in your life. And it's the emotional internal conflict which is dead, done and dusted with you. Let's just have a look what's going on your financial sort of side. See what's happening there. Karmic path is straight up, but it's straight up, but it does come slightly backwards. There is definitely something that you have been working on, therefore you're creating, like karma. Someone said, someone's forgotten the name of the person who it was. I do apologize, that commented about karma, and it's sort of like, karmic block for me is like the Taoist block, because so you got 4 sides to the block in the old karma. New karma, which I see in my healing sessions with people, is not the same. And some people confuse it with indigo children and stuff like that. But it's just like having a computer that's got a new processor in it that's much more that's much quicker than the old karmas. And the karmas had like 4 sides to it. And it's like where in karma is actually action. So I do an action and I get the good returns of that action I've done. I do a bad action, I get the bad returns. But in that process, I learn a lot about myself. And that's when we fill in what I call the karmic block. We're gradually sculpting what is equivalent of a totem pole of our experience, of this experience of life. So then when we go up to the Akashic Library, we put it in the Akashic Library, and it's sort of, it's there as a record for anybody to understand what life is like on Earth. And that's what we're doing, and that's what I talk about on this sort of section here. So there's, there's a real block here that's sort of saying, there's a lot of stuff that you've done in the past that's really feeding into the adventures of your future. And it's almost as if like you're getting the good results from what you've done, and it's a lot more solid now. And I think this has to do with this going out of Pluto scenario. With the connection for the universe, that's bringing into that. I think this is where maybe you are starting a project, or you're working for a company, or you started a business and so forth. people are going to be dependent upon you for doing that job well, or for running the business well, so then they don't lose their job. You know, it's like a family, a business. That's how it should be treated anyway. And it is catering, you know, it is that sort of latent sort of worry that's within you to sort of say, what if it doesn't work? You know, and I think this is coming out of Pluto. This is the conversation that needs to finish. You need to stop having that conversation within you, okay? Because there's a lot of people that are around you, because you're creating a lot of energy here, a lot of energy that's pulling to the fore, and you're bringing in a lot of people into your life, a lot of connection, a lot of interest within what you're doing, you know, and it could be on a job offer, a business, or a business partner, whatever it is. In the past self here, this almost wants to play into the karmic path, but also a little bit into this Five of Swords here, into the overall energy that is about you. You've started something that you can't go back on. So what's the point in causing stress and strain for yourself? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. No one's going to die in this scenario. You know, it's really not. And as I said, it's like energy is like leaning into you as if to sort of say, is Capricorn going to stand up? And yeah, I think you are. I think you just kind of like, I think that's one of the things we learned out of Pluto. It's almost, you know, we're almost immune to it anymore, you know, now. And it's like kind of going, you know, you can push all you want, I'm still going to stand up. You know, that sort of scenario. What's going on the future self? This future self is already bringing you results, but you haven't seen the half of it. I'm going to leave it there. Literally, that's what it feels like. Okay, what's the lessons to be learned out this week here? It's like you've got this. You stick to the plan. You've got this. It's like the ocean is coming in, like the tides that come in. And if you go to the ocean where you've got waves and etc., at certain times when the tide is out, the waves break in different places, and you've been waiting in a place for a very long time, and that tide is coming in, and now you're getting the waves that are breaking in, so you can actually ride it, and all of a sudden they get a lot taller than just the little white water that you were standing in, didn't even come up to your knees. But now the waves are breaking just above you, as it were, and it's like kind of going, do you know what, now's the time to ride the wave. See what's going on. Karmic path, evident path. Look at that. That's such a tower of strength within you. You've got that solar plexus that plays in really well. It's built upon a certain success. Yeah, there may be some things that are a little bit annoying to you at the moment, but at the end of the day, I think your karmic path is revealing to you the evident path that you should be following according to your passions. And yeah, you've got this. You can ride this energy. You can ride this wave that's coming into you. And you get these 7 of swords. Absolutely brilliant for you here. 7 of Swords is also a revelation. So number 7 for me is like a revealing revelation to you, as I just said, I think on this card here. So you've got 2 7s here, and this is about sort of, some people can be lying, cheating, scheming, and you know, you get that a little bit with the 7 of Wands. As I said, there's one there that's trying to sort of like break your bubble here, and I think you've got to play smart. I think you've got to be very and I think you are, Capricorn. I don't think you're going to suffer fools gladly, and I think this is what you're setting up, and it's almost like a protection that you're setting up, because you're not buying into the illusions of it all. You know, you're buying into the feelings of it all, and this is where you're coming from. You're coming from something. This is why I'm talking about this whole sort of 5 of Swords here, because you've got the 5 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles now. And this is in your past. So this is not your future. This is normally to do with money loss, right? But I think you've lost a lot of time, effort in things that didn't work out. But you didn't actually lose anything. What you did is you discovered a lot about life and how it works, how business works. And financially, you'll now set yourself in a position where you can really open the doors of your success, because of you're coming in from the cold. And that's where the inner doubt, that inner conflict has got to stop. And in your future self, you get the Knight of Wands. there is a definite mission for you to be going off on in regards to your financial sort of thing. And it's getting into that success. It's getting into the rhythm of life. It's being a bit more spontaneity about it all, allowing things to happen off the cuff, as it were. Really playing, that's what riding that wave is all about. When you're riding a wave, let's say you're surfing a wave, you've got to be attentive to the wave that chucks up, things occasionally. So you've got to be very reactive. And I think this is where you can have a lot of passion that's going to help you do that. But the lessons that can be learned is like, you've got this. You've got this under control. You got to stay cool about it. You've done all that work that's in the background. That's that starfish and that sort of that fish that's going underneath there. You've creating a lot of wealth within you through knowledge and understanding that you've done under the surface. But also, he's got a touch of his emotions. He's in touch with his emotions, and he can convert his emotions into plain sailing, for you going forward. And I think that's what you need to. It's a real week of. The energy is almost testing you, as if to sort of say, let's see if Capricorn will keep their nerve, or else they're kind of go, just let go to Pluto. You breaking that habit. I think this week here is the week to do it. I was saying to Tanya about this as well, that Capricorns risk to have a situation that's going to test them in the next sort of 2 or 3 weeks. And I was saying that sort of like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I think this is this week here. Keeping your nerve, keeping it steady, I think is really important. Say goodbye to those inner conflicts. Let's just see what's going on with the vibrations of the sun and how the energies are coming in, and we'll pull some messages from those energies coming in for you. So here's the sun that we've got in front of us here. One thing you want to notice, the corona holes, very big. This is the start of the week. They've got 2 little tiny corona holes here. So the energy sort of like faded off in the way of earth energy, but it's coming back with a vengeance this week here. And it's basically sort of saying to you, Capricorn, how are you going to do it? How are you going to put it into action? There has been a lot of filament energies as well that's been going on, and there has been solar flares. There's even been X-flares, but none of them, and even when it's directed at Earth, none of them is producing anything in the way of a CME, corona massive ejection. So it's a lot of energy that's been retained within the system, a lot of emotional energies as well, because there's a lot of filament energies that go on. That's all to do with water. So it's mainly earth and water. At the moment in the earth, there has been the air energy is the most prevalent. And we've seen that in the energy update. I think that's going to be replaced by the earth energy because earth consumes air in the way of an element. So I think this is where the earth energy is going to really start kicking in this weekend. And then it's going to play right through to Thursday or around that sort of time. And I got a funny feeling that you're going to get some more sunspots that are going to be a lot more fiery. And that will bring a bit of fire into the system as well. Okay. But there has been fire already coming into the system, but it's been playing through that filament, that emotional energy. And that's what could be causing that 5 of Swords scenario. So what we got here is we got one sunspot here, we've got another one just here, and we got a third one which is just on the limb, which is just down there. Okay, so as we go through the beginning part, these 2 sunspots kick off. But there is a filament energy, which you'll see in a moment, which is feeding, there it goes there, it's feeding this sunspot, which is just in advance. And it's the fire that's coming, there was no plasma ejection. So basically, the emotions were retained, but it's a lot of passions that's coming up from within the sun, but not actually being aired, as it were. So I think here is driving that sort of 5 of Swords scenario. And what you've got to realise on your relationship side, that it's actually dead, done and dusted with. Get rid of it. That internal sort of doubt and conflict that is within you. Get rid of it. Get shot of it. You don't really need it. Capricorn, it's gone. Finish. Confito. Because this weekend, this is signifying the end of Pluto in Capricorn. Let's just see how it plays in with your elements. So we're going to be looking at mainly the Earth and how it connects in with the air signs, but also how water connects in with fire in your sign here. Now there is 2 sections here. There's that fixed air that comes in from Aquarius. I think that's what's going to be the latent energy, the energy that's already in the system, that's playing out in the here and now. And this is what's giving us the Ten of Swords, the dead, done and dusted with on this side here, and also allowing you to seize the control over your own future and your destiny on your financial side. And it's playing in with here. You do have this fire coming down here, but one thing you will notice, there's no earth whatsoever in there. Capricorn, you're one of these full signs. I'm a Capricorn, so I'm one of the full signs as well. Capricorn, Cancer, Gemini, and Sagittarius. They're the 4 full signs. So Capricorn, you actually have more water in you than you do have earth. Your emotions run very deep indeed. So I think this flare that's coming through the filament energy is going to affect you on a really deep level. This is why we see the Five of Swords. Hold your nerve. Pluto is going. Hold your nerve. You're going to get the success. Hold your nerve this week. Okay? So, and I think that's going to be playing down onto this section here. You've got the mutable water that comes in from Pisces on this section here. It plays in with a bit of air as well on that sort of side. You do have this sort of water and fire mix with Aries on this side of your connection with the world that is around you, synchronicities and so forth. So I'm going to put a few cards on the air that's coming in here from the energy at the moment, and then just see how this is changing with that water energy playing down onto that fire sign. But I want to see how this water also plays into your connection to the world around you on this sort of section here. I will also pull a card on that section there. So let's just see what's pulling on your cards at the moment. Let's just get everything into place here. Let's see how this message, how this direction is going to be given to you, this focal point, how the energy is trying to help you with that mutable air that flows into your system at the moment. Okay, so it gets with the Ten of Wands. Yeah, don't try and carry too much here. Don't try and do too much. Allow your energies to flow out there without you forcing it in a direction. Just allow it to overflow from within you, the water side of it all, and allow it just to happen. Do not carry too much, and allow it to be curious about it. Stop that inner conflict within yourself. And I think this is where you can be curious about sort of like that Eight of Wands, sort of saying, what's that? Oh, I'm going to go after that nice bit of exciting bit in my emotional side of life. I think that's going to be really, really important for you. Let's just see what's going on with the Three of Pentacles down here. Yeah, the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, I think here is non-founded. I really do. Non-founded. It's just the old Pluto energy that's within you. And you get the Two of Pentacles. I think here is where, with the connection with the outside world, with the people that are around you, you're going to see what works and what doesn't work, and the things that really do bring in the abundance within your life. Okay, let's just see what's going on with this sort of connection here of how you're converting from the Five of Pentacles into the Knight of Wands. Let's just see where it's playing on that sort of side. You get the King of Pentacles. Yeah, I think you need to be very assured within yourself. You need to get rid of that inner conflict within you. You've been through so much, Capricorn, over the past 15 years. You know it's your time. And yeah, that's what you're getting rid of. The Five of Pentacles. You're getting rid of the Five of Pentacles and you're exchanging it for the King of Pentacles. Absolute abundance for you, more than anything else. Real abundance for you. Let's just see what this air that comes in over that there. Let's just see what sort of the stress and strain that's being brought into your life from that side. You get the Seven of Wands. Yeah, I think this is where, don't have that internal conflict. Stay true to your path because you've got it on your karmic path as well. Stay absolutely true to your path. And I think that's where the energies are really helping you out. Bit of a long one this week. Do apologise. Wow, so much to do. But it is a funny week. Just hold your nerve. Hold your nerve, Capricorn. It'll be really good. I think you're going to come out of this in a fantastic way. I'm sure of it. They also got the links going up for the Energy Zoom Room 2025 tarot reading. If you want to be part of that, as I said, the links will be available from Saturday morning, so you can book up your place and we can have a group meeting together where we can answer questions and pull a few cards. I think it'll be a great time had by all. I will see you there. Thanking you very much for being here. Thank you for seeing the energy updates as well. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.